Hello and welcome to Quinn Broadcasting. This is Tony Trongone, and we're in another edition of Coach's Corner. I'm here with our head coach, Humberto Ayala, and we have Coach Carr. How we doing, guys?
I'm good. How are you doing?
All right. So we're taping this on Wednesday, and the game is going to be, first things first, we have a game that's going to be Saturday, Coach?
Yes, Saturday at noon at Chitone Stadium in Vineland.
Yeah, so
I want to thank them for that, yeah.
So, yeah, thank the Vineland folks for that. Because of the stadium being in renovation, we're going to, it's necessary to have our home game at Vineland against Irvington. So, again, thanks for the Vineland folks and their superintendent, Coach Lano, and Coach Alfonso Llano, and also Donnie, Donnie Robbins, their AD, and their BA. Thank you. So let's talk about the game. It's final score was 14-7. I watched the film. So first drive, you got hail on like a fly pattern, a go pattern,
Skinny post.
Skinny post.
Yeah. So in game plan we saw that we saw they were going to go one safety high sometimes because they like to walk down Micah Ford. They didn't do that against us. They went two safety high. But in this, because we were in a tighter formation with just two wide receivers, they had no choice. And we knew we could get behind their safeties. So we took a shot. So, we took a shot. Jacob threw a great ball. Teron caught it. The downfall is we didn't punch it in or get points out of that drive.
What happened with that drive?
Tried running it. Tried to go tempo there. Then went with some passes. Just didn't work out. And then it was fourth and short. Did we have a penalty on that drive? I think so. I think we had a penalty on that drive too, which pushed us back because fourth down. You think about if we were like fourth and reasonable, we could have went for a field goal, taken our shot, but
had a couple penalties. I think I have here.
Yeah.
So that's always going to be a drive staller, and then I gave it up on downs, I guess, right? Or
yeah. I mean, but the position that we were in wasn't.
Yeah,
bad,
it's four down territory. Yeah. I'm not disputing that.
Yeah.
Then they get the ball, and then our defense was pretty stout, knowing we have probably the best running back, even though he's a quarterback in the state, and Michael Ford, right, number one. And they punted to us. We go again. We move the ball, and then we punt, and then they get the ball, and they punt, and then
it was back and forth.
And then we had the bad snap. Was it a bad snap?
Yeah. But then Jalen kind of almost ran and wound up getting a first down, but didn't. I don't think they scored on that drive though, right? Was that the drive after the punt they scored on?
Yeah, I think it was.
So, yeah.
Was it? Maybe, yeah.
It was. I know it was
because now we didn't get to turn. We were turning over the field pretty good, so it was like stagnant, in the middle of the field, and then that was the game changer there.
Yeah. But. So you had Jacob Zamata as your punter.
Depends on situations, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had a different punter there.
That was Jaden Jones. He's got a bigger leg to turn over the field.
Okay, good stuff. And then they had their first score on that drive. Was that the 24-yard run by Micah Ford? Anything on that play?
Yeah, just our DN kind of got upfield a little too much. Lost the outside containment, right, Carr?
Yeah.
He's a good runner. He's a good runner. So I mean, Division I kid. So he found that crease. I think he broke a couple tackles and got outside, and we just weren't able to take him down. So
I haven't broken down film where I saw two teams be in a scrum. And what I mean by like in the 60s and the 70s, they're always everybody was just like a pile of people, and that seemed like everybody was just bunched up every play.
That's what they do. They have unbalanced formations. They have they pull a lot. That's what they're trying to do. Use their bodies to create that chaos, so he could find his crease because he's got really good vision.
And that's what I was going to lead to, Coach, because then it looks like there's nothing there, and he just slides through.
That's why he's going to Stanford and on a full ride. I mean, he's a good. I take nothing away from him. But let's be honest. it was a defensive game between two top teams in the state. They are averaging 40-something points a game last year. We were averaging close to 35 points a game. Everybody thought it was going to be a shootout. For me personally, If it was shootout, I'd be concerned because I want my defense to be on point. Because our defense had such a solid game, I know we'll come along offensively and get the points on the board. But because our defense, competed against that offensive front, and it was a battle like that, it sat well with us.
They had two big, gigantic tackles too, right?
6'8".
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How tall were they? Like 6'7"?
No, one's 6'8". That's Penn State
6'8"?
commit. The other one is what? What'd you say?
I think 6'7" also.
6'7". Yeah.
Yeah, they were big boys.
Yeah, they're stout.
Got give it up to our D line though. Those scrums weren't moving back very far, right? We were
No,
holding
they
our own.
weren't.
Yeah, that's why
Exactly.
you had that clutter, because there wasn't no push. It was just stagnant.
When I would look for the tackle, I couldn't even see a tackle because it was just in
Yeah.
a bunch of bodies all together, and it was like, wow, who even made that tackle?
Yeah.
Because I was looking at Asir Cornish, he had a great game, and he would make some tackles, but I would go and see him hit the gap, and he would just disappear in the scrum.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay.
He found it. Yeah.
He found it. And then their second score was a 15-yard pass to Pruitt. Was it coverage?
He rolled out of the pocket, scrambling. Our linebacker there in that situation had his eyes in the backfield instead of dropping in coverage, and because of that, there was a pass off on guys. Brooks was in a good position. It wasn't on him. It was that linebacker for keeping his eyes in the backfield and not getting to his drop.
Yeah, we always talk about our keys. So I think we'll do that again. We didn't do that this first game, so I'm superstitious. So, and I'll ask you that in the fourth quarter for our upcoming game. But what were the keys of the game going in?
Defensively? So I'd say defensively, just be gap sound. Just making sure that we aren't getting too far upfield. And then offensively was to be efficient and execute. Trust what we were asking, and because we knew they were going to. It's just like every team, they're gonna try to keep us from stretching the field. So we had to take what they were giving us, and it was there, and that was the game plan. We just didn't execute it to that.
So that was a cover 2 they were playing us?
More like a cover 4. Cover 4 because the corners were off about 6 or 7 yards, and they were in a bail technique with 2 safeties high, and the backers were, like they only went with a four-man rush. They didn't really blitz at all.
And I saw you were doing a lot of 3-step drop, quick passes then?
We were.
Because they were so far back?
That was the attempt, yeah. So that's why you caught us. We caught them on a lot of, stuff underneath or whatnot, so.
Okay, and then that's when you hit in the fourth quarter. Brooks has a 42-yard pass from Zamat with
that was just
that
a tunnel
type
screen.
of play, right?
Yeah, it was a tunnel screen, and our line executed it well. Everybody executed well, and he just did what he does.
And before the show started, I said that who I thought had a great game was number 11, Teron Hale.
Yes,
and on both sides of the ball seemed like he was.
He's a Division I receiver, Power 5 receiver for a reason. He had 11 catches for 123 yards. He was caught I think he had one drop, but outside of that, everything that came his way, he caught. I think Brooks had 7 catches for 75 yards. Yeah, we're fortunate to have those guys.
He also had White with one catch out of the backfield. For
right? Yep. He had we got to run the ball better. I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's. We'll go there before the end of the quarter. What, you're running back by committee?
Yeah. Because we got multiple guys that serve different purposes, and then it's just like if you remember the Eagles when they had that Westbrook era, or was it who was it? McCoy, when they had the three-headed monster, right? It was just like whoever was hot, you're riding it. So that's where we're at right now.
So who are your running backs besides Naheem Sharp?
You got Demir White, and then you have Jamal Wallace Jr.
Okay. And the quarterback play, I guess it wasn't one. Well, Jacob, I have the stats from courtesy of Rich Van Noord. He has Zamat at 16 for 28, 1 pick, 207 yards for 1 TD. I don't know what you have.
First game jitters. Offensive line, Coach Carl will tell you firsthand, he's the offensive line coach. Our line did really well. Like, he had 4.5, 5 seconds in the pocket to throw. Just happy feet, not keeping his eyes up, Just little mental errors. Nothing that I'm, concerned about because the kid's been in every moment. He's a Division I quarterback, so I have all the faith in the world that he'll rebound this Saturday and he'll be completely fine. But you know what happens? People have rough games. He had a rough one. I mean, maybe overthinking stuff. It's a lot for a quarterback. So
Yeah, it you forget, we were there once at that age, and it's a lot to take in, and there's a lot of thinking going on, and and said, did he lead the state in passing yards last year?
yeah, he did. Yeah.
So,
I mean, he still had 220. I mean, the
I know
completion percentage wasn't there, but
We're
it's just like,
spoiled. We're spoiled.
you don't, most teams would love to have 220 in the passing, at the high school level. So
Coach Carr, we're talking about the offensive line. I know we have a couple of them here today for the second quarter. How do you think they held up?
So I think going into this game, the O-line was kind of a question mark. We have 2 new guards this year, Isaiah Johnson and Darion Bowser. So coming into Jalen Matthews across from him, how are they going to do? Like we really didn't know until we got there. And
is Matthews the right tackle, defensive right tackle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I look at the film to do a better show for everybody, and he was just coming even on the backside fast. So it wasn't our guys missing a block.
No.
He just saw that he didn't have a hat on.
That's when he came. Like, we held him up for the amount of time we were supposed to hold him up for.
Yeah.
But when we didn't let the ball out of our hands within the sufficient time with open receivers, so it looked like this dude had an amazing game, but we did a heck of a job Isaiah did a hell of a job blocking him. Yeah. So I guess the perception is they see him scrambling or whatnot, but our D-line, our offensive line did a great job containing those big bodies up front. It's just that we didn't get the ball out quick enough.
But I'm talking even with the run plays. It's like some runs on the right side of the line. He came in from the backside and made a tackle.
So I'd call it first game jitters. Every play that went wrong is usually one guy messed up. It takes that one guy to do the wrong thing, and the whole play's dead. So it's kind of like we got to get 5 guys on the same page every play and start stringing those plays together.
Yeah.
And we're talking like home run plays if that one guy does his job correctly.
Yeah, like Bill Belichick says, do your job.
You're so close, but you don't do your 1/11th,
But I'm not as critical. I'm thinking that it was the play, the way the play was designed. He just was that good to, to bust down the line.
He's wide. He's a big boy. So we knew we were going to, it wasn't going to be easy to run. We have to do a better job running the ball, but that's us making sure that we're getting the carries into our guys' hands. But we knew it was going to be difficult to run anything inside because we're big, they were big, so like you said, it looked like a cluster.
Yeah, okay, so we're going to conclude our first quarter. Again, we're Coach Carr and Coach Ayala. This is Tony Trongone, and we'll be right back after these short messages.
Allen Associates is a family-owned and operated full-service agency, managing a broad base of clients in the New Jersey area. Allen Associates has been a leader in health benefits and financial services including health, prescription, life insurance, pension, 401k plans, and estate planning. With more than 60 years of experience and a staff of highly trained and dedicated professionals, Allen Associates is noted for its ability to build strong, long-term relationships with our clients and the communities we serve. Give them a call today at 856-692-2250. Allen Associates, your complete health and financial services, Vineland, New Jersey.
Complete Care Health Network has some big news to share with you.
We're here opening more locations and offering more services every day,
including our newest locations on Pearl Street in Brixton and High Street in Millville.
We're here with convenient, high-quality, and accessible healthcare services all under one roof.
We're here just a call or an email away.
We're here to provide compassionate care for you and your family.
We're here and we're ready when you are.
Complete Care Health Network, ready when you are.
Hey parents, there's something you should know.
If you don't teach me about money, that's okay. I'll live off your nest egg for the rest of my life.
Feel confident talking to your kids about money.
You're gonna find me a real one, right?
Before it's too late. Get ready at td.com/kidsandmoney.
Hello, my name is Craig Atkinson, and I am president of the Millville Thunderbolt Club. The mission of the Thunderbolt Club is to enhance the athletic experience of Millville High School student athletes. We provide a myriad of services for these athletes, including end-of-year recognition banquets for all teams, stipends for teams and individual athletes, college scholarships of $35,000 per year, meals for special events, as well as hosting the Mike Trout Millville Thunderbolt Club Golf Tournament and the Millville Sports Hall of Fame. Please visit our website at millvillethunderboltclub.com for additional information.
We're back at Coach's Corner. I'm Tony Trongone, along with head coach Ayala, assistant coach Coach Carr, and then Coach Ella. Can you introduce these two young men?
Yeah, we got Kevin White over here, senior, defensive end or defensive tackle, defensive end, and offensive tackle, and then we have Darian Blatchowitz, junior, also defensive end, defensive tackle, offensive tackle. Play anywhere.
All right, so
maybe tight end.
Now it's my turn. So Darian, you're always a big dude, but Kevin, you've gotten big. What have you done over the summer? Because I know you're number 54, just to be clear, and you're 58.
Yes, sir.
Just so you know, my son said, "Yo, Dad, what are you, a fanboy?" I said, "No, I want to follow, man. I want to see them do well." But what have you done in the off season, Kevin?
Just been hitting the weight room with the team. And
I'm not by no means saying you're small, but you look pretty big. I was like, is that Kevin White out there, number 54?
Yeah.
So you were guard. Now you're moving over to tackle?
I played tackle last year.
You did play tackle last year? Okay.
I was seeing some guard, but
I heard in the playoffs here and there too. So
yeah.
Okay. Okay, and Darian, how about you? Just doing your thing at tackle?
Of course.
And I noticed that you rotate in on D-line.
Yeah.
What's that series like as far as you rotate in with Marcus or?
I rotate with everybody on the D-line. I could play D-tackle, D-end, nose guard.
And how does that affect you guys? Because you are both in there playing offense and defense.
Well, the fact that we're all like versatile, we can play any like position of the line. It helps a lot. It helps out a lot because like if one of them's tired, we know that we have like a really good backup, so we can take a break and be comfortable with it.
How about as far as being early in the season, getting your wind and playing both ways?
It's definitely tiring, but thanks to our voluntary runs after practice, it really helps with the stamina.
Involuntary, voluntary?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So, Darian, the game against Tom's River North, what's your perspective on it? Your play.
I think how I did?
Yeah.
I think I did pretty good helping my team try and get a win. It just wasn't enough. But I think we're coming into the next week just ready to win.
Good attitude. What were your thoughts after the game, though? I know you said ready to win, moving over to Irvington, but did you feel like, so I always feel like you played a good team and they deserved to win. Did you feel that way, or you felt like missed opportunities, or how did you feel after the game with your brothers?
I feel like we definitely let this one get away from us. We should have executed better, and we should have definitely won this game.
Okay. Kevin, same thing for you. How about your play?
I feel like my play was okay. On defense, I could have done a lot better. On offense especially, I let up 2 sacks. And I know, like, the better of myself, that was not happening on the end of the day. It was just that day.
So you're on. So who was covering the big dude then?
That's his side.
That's your side then.
Yeah.
And then don't we have a freshman playing line?
Sophomore Isaiah Johnson.
He played pretty well, man. For
6'3", 300 pounds. Yeah, big boy.
Remind me of you, Darian, when you had to play your freshman year. Remember St. Augustine had like some big studs, and you handled them the whole game, man. I was like, look at that freshman handling those seniors like D1 tackles. So so we're getting grooming more people up in the line, So tell us about how you prepared for the summer.
Like, what I do?
Yeah, what'd you do?
Just working, doing what I can do, getting bigger in the weight room, training with different D-line coaches. But, yeah, I just been trying to get better every day.
What about college now? You're a junior now. Things are turning the corner. We're looking forward.
Mm-hmm.
Any college interesting? Any colleges your interest, their interest?
Probably Rutgers right now. Townsend, Syracuse, just a couple.
And then this is the time of your life where you're starting to look at a major. Like, what do you want to major in?
Business.
Business?
Yeah.
Okay. So start looking at the business schools in those colleges, right?
Yeah.
So how tall are you now?
About 6'2".
6'2",
240.
240.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think you're going to do in college? What position?
Probably D tackle.
D tackle.
Yeah.
How about your hand work? Working on that?
Yeah, of course, every day.
Yeah. What's your favorite move?
Probably a two-hand swipe. That's probably my favorite.
Where do you get the technique from?
Like, who did I learn it from?
Yeah.
Watching videos. My D-line coach, Coach Haynes, and Coach Leroy. He helped us a lot during the off season. But yeah, just those couple of things.
And then Kevin, you're a senior, so you're really there. College, what's in store for you?
I want to major in physical therapy because my dad also majored in physical therapy, and I see it as like really fun. And like his working environments and stuff like that, I also see it as fun. But in terms of like college interest, I'd say like Monmouth, Wagner are my like two main interests right now.
So relatively close too, right? Mm-hmm. So that's good stuff.
Yeah, this fall is it's the open period coming up in September, so it's a big moment, for some of these guys, especially because he's a 25, class of 25. So now they start, looking at them guys.
November, right?
Well, no, the open period's in September.
It's open earlier now.
It's from September to, I want to say, almost the end of October. So they're going to start coming through the school. They actually can have contact with them, just communication. And now he's at 25, so they can. And then, he's at 24, so you get a lot of those FCS schools like your Novas, your Wagners, your Townsends that, are really looking heavy at some guys like him to fill their spots.
So we'll stay there, Coach, with that. What's your role in that? Because I know on Twitter I see you're demonstrating a lot of different meetings with different head coaches or assistant coaches.
Well, we have a lot of foot traffic that comes through. We're lucky, we have a lot of talent in our school, so the foot traffic of colleges coming through is probably just as much, or if not more than most or the majority of schools, because we have so much talent here. So when the colleges come, but I mean, we also, Coach Carr helps me. I signed the coach to to Division II schools. I do the Division I schools. I legit take their emails. If the kid translates, they translate. So I'll email their highlight film out to every school, every Division I school in the country. I'll go on ESPN, look at every conference, and I email every school. He took care of the Division II schools that are local, because Division II schools out in Arizona aren't really it's not conducive to them to bring a kid in sometimes because of out-of-state costs or whatnot. And then we have people that take care of the tri-state area for Division III schools. So we email them, they reach out to us, they show their interest, and when the schools come in, I bring them down to get them in front of them. So they've been in front of a lot of colleges now. They're on their radar. They went to camps, so they're on their radar that way as well. Now it's just a matter of trying to legit sell them, because now they're in that spot.
And Coach Carr, their development over the past couple of years.
I mean, they've always been dudes. Kevin's a 4-year varsity starter. Darian's on his 3rd year starting, so they've had it. But offensively speaking, they've grown a lot the last couple of years. Defensively too, but it's kind of what I'm focusing on offense. They're just different this year. I think they're really wired in. They know what they're doing. It's great when you're a coach and your players come off the field and tell you exactly what they did wrong before you can even correct them. They're working with each other. They've become great leaders on the team. They're now mentoring the younger guys. It's one thing for a senior just to be like, I'm worried about me right now. All summer, Kevin's been yelling at kids, Darian's been yelling at him, working on form, like the little things. So it's great to see them kind of come up, and I call them like assistant coaches, and they kind of help me out there. Like I can only do so much, and they're working on things, and they know what they're talking about now, and I like to see that, and it's really good for our team to have that with them.
So we're lucky because I would say one of the strengths of our team is our fronts, defensively and offensively, because of the athleticism, the size, the strength. So listen, we're lucky because if you can fight in the trenches, you got a great shot. So, I mean, most teams are, in trouble because, I mean, to compete with Toms River North and to hold them to 14 points, you better have some dogs in those trenches, and we have them.
Good. So we're going to close the second quarter. Kevin, the camera. Tell us, any shout-outs to anybody?
Coach Haynes and, of course, Jaden Jones and the rest of the D-line. Tayshawn, Marcus, Offer. Yeah, because we all like tight. Like all the linemen, we sit together. So like the two of us getting in here is just a matter of the day. The rest of us can get in here. So.
Good for you.
We sit together.
Darian.
Shout out to Coach Haynes and Coach Carr and my mom.
Yeah.
And for parting shot, Darian, pronounce your last name again.
Blackowitz.
Blackowitz is not Plakowitz? Okay, because I'm not joking around because I want to say it, but it's Blackowitz?
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. So we're going to close out the half and have these excellent student athletes, leaders, class acts. Any college that gets them is going to get, again, a class act, but a good athlete, and someone that's going to be a winner for them. So we'll close out the second half, and then we're up for another commercial break. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Craig Atkinson, and I am president of the Millville Thunderbolt Club. The mission of the Thunderbolt Club is to enhance the athletic experience of Millville High School student athletes. We provide a myriad of services for these athletes, including end-of-year recognition banquets for all teams, stipends for teams and individual athletes, college scholarships of $35,000 per year, meals for special events, as well as hosting the Mike Trout Millville Thunderbolt Club Golf Tournament and the Millville Sports Hall of Fame. Please visit our website at millvillethunderboltclub.com for additional information.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
Allen Associates is a family-owned and operated full-service agency, managing a broad base of clients in the New Jersey area. Allen Associates has been a leader in health benefits and financial services including health, prescription, life insurance, pension, 401k plans, and estate planning. With more than 60 years of experience and a staff of highly trained and dedicated professionals, Allen Associates is noted for its ability to build strong, long-term relationships with our clients and the communities we serve. Give them a call today at 856-692-2250. Allen Associates, your complete health and financial services, Vineland, New Jersey.
And we're back for the third quarter. I'm Tony Trongone, and this is Coach's Corner on Quinn Broadcasting with our head coach, Bert Ayala, with Coach Darren Carr, with Darian Blackowitz, and then Kevin White. And we're going to talk a little bit about the team, and we were talking about, and either one of you, I was talking about how, like, the Sixers, they kind of lose in the playoffs because they don't have that dog, like Jimmy Butler, So who's that dog on your team on defense?
Me.
I knew that was going to come.
Good answer.
Because they all are dogs. They all.
Sear Cornish, Kion, Jaden Jones. I could just say the whole defense, really, because we all got it in us. Like, we all make the plays when we got to make the plays. And like we keep each other up, and that's why we so like.
And guess
strong
what?
as
Like, it's not talk, because if you think about it, at that championship game, that you guys had to step up and beat dogs to shut them down, because what was it, on the 25?
Yeah, don't need her.
I know, I'm just saying, but that
I
was
mean,
like,
listen, we got the ring to show for it, so we good.
no, it's the end result, but it's all about that. It's like, nobody panicked, right?
Yeah, nobody panicked. We was chill. Of course, we was a little upset that we had to go back out there and defend again after we was already exhausted, but we got back out there and we did our thing. We're in the red zone. It doesn't matter where we are. We'll hold it down.
Darren, you're smiling. What's going through your head?
Same thing he said. We was just exhausted.
Yeah. And you made some plays. You made some plays. You had a lot of tackles in the backfield last year, too.
Yeah.
So you got back in. I forget what games, but, if you think about it, Coach.
Mainland was a big game for him.
Yeah, mainland was a game for him. Like, and they were tight, like 2 touchdowns, like, 14-9, whatever, 16-10, whatever those type. It wasn't no 45-33 games.
No.
So it's amazing how you guys have gone through some defensive battles.
Bring up your interception. Come on.
You got an interception, however?
Hamilton game. You don't remember that?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
In the beginning of the game, he what happened?
He slipped.
Tripped over his own feet, but he caught it.
He slipped that. He could have had a pick six. But,
I'll put that up there on video.
Was it
next
throw?
show,
Did they throw it? What happened? I forget.
They threw it. The guy bobbled it, and I came up and took it. They don't like to admit that I got an interception.
Yeah, because he caught it, and then you just stripped it from him. So
well, whatever. It was a turnover right there, and I got your back, brother. So we'll change over to the offense then. So on defense, it's like collectively you're all dogs, but like I said, it's like 3rd and 2, and is it going to be our little man Naheem Sharp with the rock, or
it can be anybody, honestly.
Yeah,
any one of our, like all of our running backs, whether we need like a short pass, running, it doesn't matter. I feel like we can make that, and confidently too.
You're a tough interview, man, but it's good, man. I'm glad you have that confidence. How about you, Darian?
I think all our running backs could definitely make that, especially Demir White and Jamal Wallace, bigger backs. And then if we're going to throw a pass, Teron Hale or Lazare Brooks can make that play.
Plus money.
It's money?
Yeah, plus money.
Whole offense.
Mm-hmm. Whole offense.
So for you, we're going to talk about Irvington in the 4th quarter, but for these guys, because they're done after this quarter, how have you prepared for Irvington, Kevin?
We really just corrected our mistakes from last game, and we're going to bring them into the Irvington game a lot more confident. So, the mistakes we made last game, it was just people didn't fill their holes, or we didn't do our 111. So we are focusing more on doing our actual part, and that's what's holding each other.
And explain what 111. It's 111 all for one.
Yeah, so it's one person out of all 11. So if we each do our job, it adds up to 11 people instead of one person messing up. Then the rest of the other people got to pay that price.
Nice. How about you, Darian?
Just correcting our mistakes, and we're just ready to win. Get back for our loss last year against them, and just watching film, studying them, ready to play against them, and dominate.
All right, and we're closing out on the 3rd quarter. The new field. You guys, Coach Ayala, you're going to be practicing on it.
Yeah, tomorrow we get the luxury to practice on it after the workers leave. So it's good because now I think our practice field is 5 yards shorter in width than what an actual field is. So to have the numbers, the hashes, to be able to go. I know they're working on our practice field. It's just going to take time. So, we really don't have, a full 50 yards to even go. So, so to have that tomorrow will be helpful offensively. And
you're playing at Catone Stadium on Saturday at noon, so that's turf, right?
Yep. So just to be able to play on turf where you're going to be on is, it all works out.
So I'll go to Darian first. What's your thoughts on the new turf?
I love the new field. The old field, it just was a little outdated. Everybody else has turf fields, and I was very excited when I heard about we was getting a new turf field.
They got some nifty pictures of you on the turf field, right?
Yeah.
How the feel on that turf?
Felt like you could take a nap on it.
It is pretty soft.
I'll leave you alone, Darren. How about you, Kevin?
pretty much the same thing he said. Like the first time I got on the field, I lay down on it. I like took a few steps. I got out of my shoes. I walked around on it. It was comfortable. I can say that, and it feels good like to actually run around it. We didn't play in it, but we had to take pictures, and taking pictures like we jogged to each like picture station. So it was
Right.
like it felt good to run on.
So we look forward to our first home game. Will be on September 29th against Lenape. So I'm excited, and all our Thunderbolt faithful are looking forward to it too. So we'll make it full of pomp and circumstance, and you guys will light up that scoreboard, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to thank you. We already had our shout-outs on the second quarter. I want to thank you again. You guys are both class act, very articulate, as you would be, and I appreciate you being here tonight. So thank you, and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that's it. That closes the third quarter. I'm Tony Trongone, Quinn Broadcasting Coach's Corner. We'll be right back after this short message. All right.
Allen Associates is a family-owned and operated full-service agency, managing a broad base of clients in the New Jersey area. Allen Associates has been a leader in health benefits and financial services including health, prescription, life insurance, pension, 401k plans, and estate planning. With more than 60 years of experience and a staff of highly trained and dedicated professionals, Allen Associates is noted for its ability to build strong, long-term relationships with our clients and the communities we serve. Give them a call today at 856-692-2250. Allen Associates, your complete health and financial services, Vineland, New Jersey.
Complete Care has some big news to share with you.
We're here opening more locations and offering more services every day,
including our newest locations on Pearl Street in Bridgeton and High Street in Millville.
We're here with convenient, high-quality, and accessible healthcare services all under one roof.
We're here just a call or email away.
We're here to provide compassionate care for you and your family.
We're here and we're ready when you are.
Complete Care Health Network, ready when you are.
Hey parents, there's something you should know.
If you don't teach me about money, that's okay. I'll live off your nest egg for the rest of my life.
Feel confident talking to your kids about money
You're gonna find me a real one, right?
before it's too late. Get ready at td.com/kidsandmoney.
Hello, my name is Craig Atkinson, and I am president of the Millville Thunderbolt Club. The mission of the Thunderbolt Club is to enhance the athletic experience of Millville High School student athletes. We provide a myriad of services for these athletes, including end-of-year recognition banquets for all teams, stipends for teams and individual athletes, college scholarships of $35,000 per year, meals for special events, as well as hosting the Mike Trout Millville Thunderbolt Club Golf Tournament and the Millville Sports Hall of Fame. Please visit our website at millvillethunderboltclub.com for additional information.
Hello, welcome to the fourth quarter of Coach's Corner. I'm Tony Trongone. Again, we're here with head coach Bert Ayala and then assistant coach Darren Carr. And we're going to talk about preparation this week. So I know it's only Wednesday, but they've had a couple practices on their belt. How's it been so far?
I'd say a lot cleaner this week. I think we really fixed our mistakes. We saw what we did wrong, and we're still confident in our team and our offense. So I think it's just about cleaning things up, and I think we all feel really good about how it looked this week. We're just firing all cylinders. No mistakes. The mental things seem to have gone away, and maybe that was first week jitters, but it just seemed tight and clean this week.
Yeah, I was going to say earlier in the show that it's typical for any football team. The defense gels more quickly than the offense, right?
Yeah, we were saying that today.
Yeah, there's so many moving pieces offensively. It's so intricate, and you just need everybody on board. I mean, one little mistake could be the difference from the pass being completed or a sack. So with all those moving pieces and everything there, defense is going to be further along. That's why I said, I'm glad our defense is as strong as it is, because it can weather the storm right now until we get our wheels going. So once we get our wheels going, we're gonna put our damage up.
Great. And as far as Irvington's concerned, You were like in a 2 wide receiver set, and you weren't in our typical spread set much, right? Did you go to that much against Toms River North?
Toms River North? Yeah, we were in spread. We just changed formations, you know.
Yeah.
Different formations calls for different defensive
Saw a
looks.
bunch. Yeah, saw a bunch.
Yeah. I mean, so that's it. We're just changing formations just to get different looks, to dictate certain things that we want, to get different looks from the defense. You know, when you do the same thing over and over again, you become predictable, and you become then they have the ability to just sit back and cover you. So
I'm not being negative with Irvington, but they look smaller up front, but they still have good defensive backs.
They got some size up front. They got a big tackle, very very athletic, very explosive. They got a D end who's long. I think he's actually going to Ole Miss. He's an Ole Miss commit, or he's got an.
Yeah, he's like 6'4", 5".
6'5".
He's tall.
Yeah. He's dynamic. He's long, but you know, I think we have the bodies up front to withstand what they bring. You know, they're very talented in the back end, so they create some challenges in the pass game. But I'm pretty confident in the game plan that we have for them. I mean, last year they got us last year, and it's no knock on them, but we missed some stuff too. And there's things from my end that I could have done differently that I kept stored up in my head coming back for this year.
And on our defensive side, their offense, they usually have a pretty good. I think they have a good back coming back, right? Running back coming back.
Yeah, they still have the same running back coming back. They got some talent on the outside.
The receivers,
I don't think they are where they were last year. I mean, from an offensive standpoint, I think they lost to Camden Eastside 6-0. I know they struggle. I think they only had 140 yards of offense. I think our defensive front is going to create a lot of problems for them. Just because of how strong and athletic and dynamic we are. So I mean, listen, it's going to be a good game. So they're a top team in the state. So, you know, we go from one top team to another top team. So
and it's a big change up too. Like last week was kind of like a thumper team, who's going to be stronger, tougher. This week's more like, you know, who's going to out athlete each other. Yeah, Irvington's probably going to have 11 athletes on the field at any one moment. So, you know, we got to be just as athletic, plus bring our power with us. I think that's kind of our key to this game.
So what are the keys? What's the keys of the offensive line?
Stick your blocks. You know, you got to pick up the backers. It's cool if we pick the D line up, but you got to move on. Those linebackers can't run free. You know, you see it too much in film. Those middle linebackers find the hole. They're really good at it. They're well trained. They have a good middle linebacker. You know, he's going to find that hole and shoot it. We got to pick him up. You know, can't stay on your doubles too long. And I think if we just work together as, you know, 5 guys, they're going to be fine out there.
Coach, how about you?
Offensively, just we have to be efficient. We have to trust the game plan, and we have to execute. I mean, that's it. So.
Yeah, another issue. We're playing in the 12 o'clock on Saturday. How does that affect? I know it's going to affect Irvington greater because they're traveling 2.5 hours away. But playing at night as opposed to playing on a Saturday morning, how does that affect your team?
I mean, that's a change of pace. But, you know, we gotten up 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning all summer.
Yeah.
You know, for breakfast on the field from 9 to 12. So, like, I mean, just the mindset of being up early to practice, that's what we've been doing up to this point. I think Friday is the first day that we actually will practice. Well, tomorrow we're going to practice later because we're going on the field. So tomorrow is actually the first day that we're actually going to practice at like a 2:30 time.
So with school being out, you've been practicing in the morning and where it's cooler?
Yep, just to beat the heat. So, you know, you're 9 to. So to be honest, I don't know. I can't really sit here and say it's going to affect us like that.
Yeah. We usually have team period around 11 each day, so that's about right on time for when the game will be. So hopefully it just translates right over.
And then who feeds them for breakfast? They eat breakfast on their own?
So if it was during the school day, then the school is taking care of us all summer. Mm-hmm. So we've had breakfast and lunch all summer, thanks to our cafeteria and you know, cafeteria ladies in the district for getting that to work out because our kids eat. You know, so but Saturday we'll figure something out coaching wise, but we'll make sure that they're taken care of.
How's the Thunderbolt Club helped you out?
I mean, well, we've had team meals. If we ask them for anything, they'll do it. I think they gave us a team meal before the Toms River North game. Also gave us packed lunches and sandwiches for the bus ride home afterwards. So, I mean, that's great. But I didn't ask him for this weekend because we'd have to go in real early, and I don't want to have to wake my guys up much earlier than they need to.
Great. So I want to close out because I haven't done this, and again, I'm a superstitious guy, and we stay within the lines. We don't want to give bulletin board clippings to Irvington. But what's your prediction, Coach?
Prediction?
Yeah,
we're gonna win. I mean, it's been circled on our calendar since last year. Our guys, a lot of guys, we bring back a lot of guys that played in that game last year, and they know that they can compete with this team. They know they have the ability to beat this team, so they want the game, and they're hungry. And, being in Jatone Stadium, which is right down the road, it's like it's a legit home game for us, so they're excited. Again, so we want to thank the Violent Board of Ed, their superintendent, Alfonsiano, and their athletic director, Donnie Robbins, for accommodating us. Also, our athletic director, Dave Lagaba, for arranging that, to have that happen. It wasn't easy. The game was originally scheduled for St. Augustine Prep because we knew this date was not going to be available to us for a home date. And so for Violent to accommodate us, it's greatly appreciated. And so just a reminder again, our game is when, Coach? 12 noon at Jatone Stadium in Violent. Okay. This Saturday. Let's hope our Thunderbolt faithful will be there. It'll be on Quinn Broadcasting. We look forward to you being there. And signing out for Coach Carr and our head coach, Humberto Ayala, this is Tony Trongone saying have a good day, and as always, go Bolts.
This has been a QBC television production, in association with our partners and sponsors. QBC broadcasts on Comcast Cable Channel 22, and live streams its programming on Facebook and YouTube. All rights reserved by Quinn Media and QBC, programming that serves the South Jersey market.